Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen. Here we are kicking off the IGL split for my casting at least, and for all of the teams that we have coming up tonight. Oh, good there. So we do have it where everything is set up. First game for a lot of these teams, as we said, so we do not have a lot to really dive into beforehand, but we do have it where the lobby is up and going. It is scheduled to be starting up at the top of the hour where we will start our games up for tonight. We have 3 games coming at you, starting off with the Radiance Sabres up against 1/3 Esports and some US East 3v3 action. We have it then followed up by some 2v2 action. US East still Tier 2 Division 4, Old Fellows in Galactic Galaxia. And then finally for the last game tonight, we will have some US West Tier 1 Division 1 3v3 action kicking off between Santa Monica College and Falling Sky Trilogy to end our night. But what we have for us to start is Radiant Sabres up against 1/3 Esports, as that one will be kicking off at the top of the hour. Off the start, it is looking like 1/3 Esports is jumping out to that lead, at least in the fan vote. But we will be able to see kind of coming up shortly whether or not that is the case. Both teams starting up their season, so I can't go too much into detail of how they've done against other teams or anything like that. You can always try to pull up players' recent seasons, but you never know because some players like to go on breaks after the end of the season. And you can't really follow up and see what everyone's going to end up putting forward for their performance until you actually get to go see them out there live. Some people have the jitters on the stage, other people really don't. So it's just something that we will have coming towards us tonight to get to see whether or not these teams can perform at their best and who will end up taking it. Alrighty, just to run through it one more time, we will have 3 games coming at you tonight. But starting it off tonight, we have the Radiant Sabres up against 1/3 Esports. For the Radiant Sabres, we got Vojo, Rad/Dan, Meep RL, and Quark RL. Coming in for 1/3 Esports, we got Mark Grand, the Black Falcon, Shocks, and Manu. This series will be what kicks off season for both these teams, trying to start off on that good foot, put themselves on the hunt for the playoffs nice and early, try to not fall behind, give themselves a good shot to pull it all back. Judge, it's closing in on it. 3 minutes to game time. We will pull it up now. But we are waiting, obviously, for the players to be able to join the lobby. Once both teams do end up joining, we will be able to get this one underway. Into this one, we have 1/3 join. And we are just waiting on Radiant Sabres. Once they are in this, we will be able to get this one underway. kick it on up and start off this IGL season for my casting and these teams right ahead of you. Well, hello, Manu. It looks like you are in lobby already, so as soon as we can get Radiance underway, we will try to get you guys kicked off and started. Hopefully you guys can put on a good performance tonight. Make sure we're going to see the best of both teams to kick off their season. I believe we should be seeing them shortly because they were main menu. Yep, all right, there we go. As we do see both teams in the lobby, so we should be good. Kick it up and go. I'm willing to get it underway if both the teams are. All right, into this one, 130 Esports goes, and followed shortly by Radiance. That one will put us at 3 side, so we will kick this one off. Radiance Sabres on the blue side, 130 Esports on the orange side. As they kick this off, Vojo and Mark meet up at that center line, drops back to Dan. Dan bringing this up to the air, trying to aerial pass Shocks, not quite finding it. Shocks taking it low off the sidewall, met by Quark, who plays it back on across. Manu now trying to possess in the corner, met by Vojo, and back it plays down to Mark. Mark starting up a dribble play, met by Dan, and goes up that sidewall. Dan able to turn on it, passing back towards the center. Manu is able to fire this one back across. Mark ends up getting 50 by Quark, but it does come back on out. Mark popping this one wide to the corner for Shocks. Shocks met by Quark and back across. It finds its way. Manu trying to play low. Bojo with the 50 pops on up high. Dan's going to need to make a read on that one, and he pushes it onto the corner. Mark now popping it back on out. Works, makes the read on the shot from Shocks. Then once again, Manu pushing it back on forward. Bojo looking for a flick, but Shocks, they're quick enough to not allow that one on through. Bouncing on down. Manu looking for that play off the back wall, looking for the center, but no teammate there. Quark pushing this one on outwards, where Shocks once again dropping it to the side, met by Bojo. This one takes a weird 50, but Mark already on the wall, ready for it, pushing this back on out. Dan off that sidewall up. Mark is awaiting. Mark plays soft down to himself off the sidewall, trying to look for something, but Dan's up, intercepting back into the orange side corner we go. Dan able to win the race to it, pops back down center, but he ends up getting his shot. Bojo trying to fire his shot, but Mark up, able to push it to the side, where Quark fires one towards the center. Dan is there, and Dan will be able to convert. Mark's touch not quite able to find Manu as Quark intercepts it, and off that back wall plays on out. Dan is able to win the race and play it over Mark, who is in a bit of an awkward spot there off the initial read. Radiant Sabres finding themselves up 1 in game 1. 3 minutes, 20 seconds still remains though. Shocks trying to find his way to the center, but Quark not allowing this one to drop down in front of his net. Mark's now playing it well off the back wall, a little bit too high over to the far side. Dan now trying to go on out, finding it, able to play off wall pass too, but Mark is back in time, trying to take up the dribble of his own. Bojo diving in, met by Manu, and now this one popping up and out as it drops. Shocks is able to bring this one back into the blue side corner. Shocks looking to try to center it, but Dan goes well off the wall to ensure no center is to come. Manu now looking for a play, but Bojo able to intercept. Back on out. Dan able to play past one shot, up pushing this one back to the corner. Dan might be able to 50 with Shocks here, and it does come back on out, but Shocks able to take pretty solid possession, bring it on out. Now trying to start up an air dribble, but Quark diving in, intercepting it. Back on outwards, Quark gets demoed in the process, but tries to center for his teammate. Mark able to get to it and not allow a shot. Dan trying to drop one. New and Shocks both there, sitting on it ready. Off the sidewall now, Manu trying to push it on forward. Out of the corner. Back to Vojo on the pass. Vojo now trying to start a dribble. Slow play, isn't able to get past the oncoming orange attacker. Trying to find Quirk across, but not quite finding it. So now Shocks plays out of his own corner. Shocks taking on upwards. Quirk met by Manu, and this one's going towards the center. A shot from Shocks almost finds its way there, but Vojo able to get back in time. Another shot from Mark. But once again, Vojo looking like he's able to get there. Dan now trying to bring it back across the front. Manu diving in. Luckily, Dan is able to get in front of that one, push it on out. Dan dropping it down center for Vojo. Vojo firing the shot high and wide. Good save from Shocks to not allow any pressure to continue. Quirk playing back on a cross, and Mark now looking to gather around this ball. Mark looking for a play, able to play under Dan, but Vojo next to get to it. Back, Mark takes a touch to the corner. Shocks up for it, but Vojo playing across far side. Quirk winning the race this one, back on out. Mark able to get to it next though and pushes this back in the blue side corner. Vojo trying to get some possession. Manu not quite able to get to that one, so Vojo's dribble will start here. Good flick past another one. Mark not quite finding it. Is that the opening they need? Not quite. Quirk not able to puck this one on home. And Orange defense was able to get back in time. Back up this one, Posh going down. Quirk playing this high off back wall to that far side, but not quite able to drop in position of any immediate danger. Shocks pushing this one on outwards. Vojo popping this one on high. Mark intercepting here. Trying to drop it down, but Dan next to get to it, playing back into that orange side corner. 130 Esports trying to find their way out of their own zone and find some offense here. They're going to need one in the next 30 seconds. Otherwise, game one will go towards Radiance. Mark dropping a shot just wide. Not quite able to get there. Shocks now trying to get on this. Not able to do so. Mark 50s with Vojo, and out it goes. It does find its way over Manu. Dan firing a shot, but Shocks is back in time. 50s with Quirk. Down across this one goes. Manu popping this one high towards the center. Up for it is Shocks. Shocks looking for the redirect off the back wall. It does fall center. Manu not quite able to get to it. Quirk was there first. Mark back off the side wall, looking to try to play this one on outwards. Shocks firing it low and across. Manu able to get to it. Tucks it away. Tying game one back up for 1/3 Esports. 1/3 Esports finding the last second goal to bring us to overtime here in game one. Just when it seemed as Radiance Sabres might have had game one locked away, they are not able to finalize, and 1/3 Esports able to find the back of the net. To overtime we go. Plays on out. Manu looking for a dribble, not quite finding it. Vojo now will try his own luck. 50s on out and across. Up high and back down. Quirk able to be marked to this one, and onwards this plays. Shocks. He's able to push it on wide, making sure it does not fall into the net. Down, he will take a dribble play of his own. Pass Vojo, looking to the corner, plays off that sidewall, trying to get a center, trying to find a disturbance on Dan. Manu and Dan end up 50 towards that corner. Quirk, once again playing on out, getting next touch on it. Trying to drop it for Vojo, but Manu coming in fast enough to not allow that play to happen. Shocks popping this one on upwards, and it does find its way to Manu. Manu up to Mark. Mark not finding the touch on it. Just drops down for Quirk. Plays on high and out. Manu now trying to start a dribble, but Quirk there. Shocks back in time, able to make that save. Dan popping this one on high. Mark pushing it to the corner, not allowing Vojo to get next touch on that. Try to center. Dan finding his way to this ball next, looking for a center play. Shocks with the demo. Quirk off the back wall, trying to find Vojo, but Manu able to clear it in time. Back on out. Dan trying to look across for Quirk. Mark is able to meet him, and this one pops back out toward the center. Dan up for it, pushing it back to the corner. Down for Vojo. Looking to start this one, playing into the orange side corner. Manu sitting on it, 50 by Vojo. Mark able to at least push it on wide, not quite the immediate threat. Manu playing back over for Shocks, trying to play over Quirks. Quirks at least getting a touch on it, back to the center. Dan's up for it, not quite able to redirect it, just off. Vojo trying to fire now, but Dan ends up being a little bit in the way on his retreat, I guess, and back it goes. Vojo looking for a double, but Shocks not allowing that one to go on through. Shocks playing on. Dan finding possession now in the corner, looking for him. Manu is up and down. This one falls. Vojo looking to try to get a pinch on it. Quirk plays past Shocks. Out of the corner it goes now. Mark. Quirk getting a piece of it. Back center to Dan. Dan high off the back wall, looking for it to fall. Up for it he goes, but playing it wide to the corner. Bojo now trying to find the center. Up to Quirk. Quirk off the back wall, looking to double it himself now, but not quite able to find the angle. Bojo met by Mark. Oh, this goes Dan finding the next touch on it. Hits the pipe, not quite in. Bojo firing again. Mark is back and able to at least push that one back to the side. Quirk now trying to find a center play. Manu intercepting back to the corner. Dan looking for the center. Flicks it on high. Mark able to get there, pushing on out. Bojo trying to drop it now to the far pipe, and he will find it. Radiance will find themselves taking this hard-fought Game 1 overtime. Quite an insane start to the IGL season, as you don't get a much better Game 1 than that. Radiance find themselves with the 1-0 lead in the series. Can't get much better start than that, and thank you, Best Planker, for the subscribe, but back to the game. Radiance and 1/3 really showing in that match that this is going to be quite the series. Both teams finding their moments, striking, and 1/3 looking like they almost didn't have a chance in regulation. Able to put away the last second goal. Tucks it away, and they were then able to at least find it where they forced overtime. Radiance, though, able to close it on out with the constant entourage of offense there in the overtime and just tuck it away. Back to this center line. Quirk and Shocks meet up. Back into the corner we go. Manu now off the sidewall. Met by Quirk. 15 back on the cross. Shocks and Mark pinching this one on outwards into the blue side half. A demo from Manu, but ends up also getting at least a touch on it sort of backwards. This one draws. Bojo trying to pop it high. Trying to find the shot on it. Not quite able to get it as Manu does find the clearance on this one. This one does come on out, and Quirk up for it, but not finding the touch needed to tuck away. Bojo back to the center, Quirk sitting on it, but Manu able to get back in time as Dan actually fires the shot on that one. Able to get that last second save to keep this one tied up at 0 early. Quirk firing on out, Dan getting the touch back to Quirk. Manu sitting on it, able to 50 with Quirk and back out towards the center. Manu looking to get another touch, 50 with Dan to decide this one goes. Mark up for it, off the back wall, trying to find it towards the center, but this one just finds its way on out. Dan with quick clearance. Shocks now clearing this one right on back, trying to get back around it with a quick delayed flick, but not able to find it. Quirk met by Mark on that side wall. But Bojo following up, able to at least get an immediate clearance, but Manu popping this one back into the zone. Dan getting a soft touch towards the corner. For the corner now, Manu able to get a read on it, trying to find the center with this one. Shocks not able to find it as Bojo is in the right position, tugging that one onto the side. Mark now up for it, looking for a center of his own, trying to find a play. This one's a little too far away. Dan able to clear this one off back wall, but Manu popping a shot towards that far corner, but it ends up just high and wide. Bojo and Shocks meeting up, and back to the center. Mark now just high once again. Mark now starting up a dribble play, trying to find his way around this one, trying to look for a shot or a center. Manu able to at least push it on outwards, but Dan gets a piece of it, keeping it into that orange side half. Back out it goes. Dan trying to turn on this one to the side wall for Bojo. He decides to play. Bojo up for it, trying to drop it down for Dan. Looking for it. Dan and Mark end up 50ing into the orange side once again. Out this one goes Quirk. Not finding the touch it looks like he wanted as this falls back down to Mark. Dan able to 50 there and back into the corner. We see this one go. Shock starting up a dribble now. Looks past Dan, but Quirk is there. But Manu sitting on that goal line, making that save. Shock's finding the opening on this and able to tuck it away on the pass from Manu. Off the shot. Seems like the Sabres just kind of got caught on that offensive mode. And the immediate counterattack was there for 1/3 Esports, finding the way to put themselves up 1 here in Game 2. Just about half the game has been played. Manu and Quirk meeting back up at that center line, and down this one draws. Dan looking for the center, trying to pass it on out for Quirk. Quirk firing the shot. Shots with the last second save. Bojo getting a touch on it, but Manu able to keep this one on outwards. The defensive extravaganza so far for 1/3 Esports off the start of this possession. Bojo up for it, looking to try to bring it to the back wall, met by Manu, and Mark pushes it onto the side. Quirk firing a shot across. Shots able to get there, pushing it on outwards. Mark with clearance in the air dribble, trying to push towards the corner. Out this one drops with Dan. Gonna fire this one back down into the orange side half. And Dan end up 50ing this one on outwards. Shots already up for it. Great redirect on it and tucks this one away. 1/3 Esports finding themselves up 2 now. As that almost just seems like the defense was not quite expecting Shocks to be going for it at that angle. And then he put a lot of power on that one and able to tuck it back home. 1/3 Esports 2-0. 2:06 remaining. Shox and Bojo. This one gets pushed to the side by Dan. Back towards the center. Manu trying to drop it back center. Of course, not able to quite get to it. So Shox playing this one back across. Bojo trying to take a dribble here. Over to Quirk. Quirk playing back across. Mark finding the touch here. 50s with Quirk and back down to the center where Bojo tries to take possession. Plays low, but Shox able to get to it next. Bojo drops it back to the side for Dan. Dan going to the air, but Mark already up for that one. Was ready for that play. Quirk back to the center now. Manu plays by one, but Dan is there ready for it. Dan off the sidewall looking for a center play. Light touch, able to get past one. Manu up for it in time, making the touch that was needed. Bojo met by Manu again. Back to the corner. Dan and Manu. Dan playing this one on across, not allowing it to fall in the center. This one plays out of the corner. Bojo looking to start something for Radiance, who are finding themselves in need of two with a bit more than a minute remaining. Quirk firing one from half field, ends up just wide. Back out this goes Bojo, trying to start a dribble, but Mark with a good read on it. Trying to find his way back to it, and he does, but it's just wide. Not quite able to tuck that one away. Quirk playing back down for Bojo. Bojo pushing past another one. Shox playing back to his corner now. Shox out of the corner, trying to center this. Quirk able to push it back into the one side half. Quirk with a good flick to play this one back on out to the blue side corner, but Dan with the read needed to clear this one back on outwards. Falls down to Shox. Shox tries to play across his teammate, ends up following up himself off the ceiling, not quite able to find the center, but it does throw the defense off a little bit. Mark up for it, but a good touch from Bojo to clear this one back to the far side. Shox playing off that side wall again. Quirk trying to bring it up for Bojo. Bojo looking to try to fire a shot on Shox, able to get in front of that one. Dan trying to fire this one forward, but Manu jumping in there, intercepting the passes. Mark now off the back wall, trying to get back to it, trying to find the center, ends up finding himself out of boost. Up for this one, Shox ends up letting it fall. 1/3 Esports find themselves back in this one right away, tying the series back up 1 apiece. 1/3 Esports finding their answer here in game 2 after taking a hard-fought loss in game 1. They did not let the overtime loss dissuade them. It kind of seems like the difference from game 1 to game 2 was just Radiance Sabres passing lanes were not quite there as often. 1/3 Esports kind of did a better, I guess, game plan of taking those away and not letting them find those passes between each other. As we go into game 3, that's definitely something to look forward to, as Radiance definitely seems like they like to play that team game. And if they're able to find each other, it still might find itself being deadly, but otherwise doesn't end up working. I will try to do that. But yeah, down it goes. Shox able to get the save on this one. Plays on out for Mark. Mark trying to find a shot. Dan pushing it on wide with the save. Dan up. This one goes Mark going across. Bojo finding it. Shox playing off that back wall. Dan able to intercept and play this one back on outwards. Bojo playing it back to the side, and Dan pops this one on high. Out of the corner now. Mark playing by the oncoming blue attacker, and back this one's played for Quirk. Quirk popping this on high and up. Bojo up for it, looking for the redirect, not quite finding it. Shox trying to play this one on out, but Bojo trying to find something once again. At least getting a touch to dissuade the blue attack, but not quite killing it. Dan able to push it back into the orange side corner. A demo play on Manu to try to open something up. Quirk firing for the far pipe, ends up just off. Mark now taking to a dribble. Good flick pass, one up for Manu. Manu trying to drop a shot. Great save by Quirk. Keeping us all tied at zeros. Quirk on the out, looking. It's past one. Trying to flick past the second, but Manu is there, not allowing it to find its way towards the center. Mark, good dribble pass, another, but Dan able to get back in time, dropping it to Quirk. Quirk taking it to the air, not quite able to find that second touch, might have been bumped. Was trying to find the way to the net. Dan able to force a 50 with two oncoming orange attackers, opening up Quirk, but not able to find it. Bojo now, Shox able to make the save in time. Mark pushing it back on into the blue side corner. Mark playing across. Not quite finding it as Bojo now pushing this one back on outwards. Bojo looking to fire a shot, trying to get back to it for a double. Not finding it. Manu is able to at least get the touch that he needed to play this one back on out to the side. Mark now back off the sidewall looking for the center. Popping this one on out high. No one's quite there for it. Dan will force this one up the field. Shocks intercepting there. Shocks now trying to start a dribble. Quick flick past one. The Bojo is there, but it's pop center again. Shocks able to get back to it. Tucking it away. 1-3 Esports find themselves up a goal once again about halfway through the game. Back to that center line. Marking work, finding it. Back on out. This one shoots. Dan firing the shot. Finding it to the back of the net. Immediate response for the Radiant Sabres off the kickoff. As they end up instantly firing and finding the net to tie us back up. 2:46 remaining, one apiece. Back to the kickoff now. Manu speed kickoffing it by him, but back to Quark. Quark playing on outwards. Pop toward the center. Quark not able to find it. Manu back on out for Shocks. Shocks trying to play over, but Bojo at least able to intercept. Played at the back wall where Manu clears this one on outwards, but Dan intercepts now. Back into that orange side corner. Mark trying to start a dribble. Work 50s it back on the cross to Dan. Dan not finding a touch on this one, so Bojo instead looking for a pinch, not quite finding a great one. Manu firing a shot to the far corner. Ends up just high, and Dan looking for the clearance, but Mark off the sidewall. Work needing to play high and play this one on outward. Shocks now playing below one. Bojo able to play it back on out. Manu now next touch. Popping into the center for Mark. Mark able to get there and tucking it away. With a good play to pop it past one and then just hit it and get the touch needed to play it on out to Mark. Or not quite able to find his way back in front of that ball. So 1-3 Esports once again regaining that lead up 2-1 with 2 minutes remaining. Shocks and Dan 15 back on out. Played into the corner. Mark met by Bojo, but to Manu. This goes Manu off the back wall, trying to find his way back to it, but Dan able to intercept. Quark trying to find a pass back on the cross. Bojo able to get back to it, and even with the bump from his teammate, he might have actually confused the defender, so it might have worked out for the better, but who necessarily knows. Bojo able to at least get that touch to where it ends up popping into the net. Radiance find themselves with the goal on that one. Tied back up 2 apiece. 1/3 finding the way to take the lead, and then Radiance finding their way to always come right back into this one. Shocks popping this on out. Manu sitting on it, and Bojo will play this one back in the corner. Go to the corner, and Bojo popping over one. Trying to find another touch on it, but Mark stepping there. Dan trying to find the sidewall, but once again, Mark doing well to get a touch on it. The work is up and playing into the orange side half. Maybe at least helps out for the offensive pressure. Quark looking to try to get back that one. Bojo not quite finding it. Dropping down Shocks back to Mark. Mark not able to quite get there, trying for the demo play, but Dan still able to make the save. Shocks firing a good shot, but Dan was ready and pushes this one back in the orange side corner. Off that, firing a shot actually, but Manu able to make a great save. Back on out. Bojo hitting this one on outwards, but it does end up falling for Shocks, who plays it high off the back wall, looking for a demo, opens up the net for Mark. Mark not quite finding that touch. Manu off this sidewall, pops back towards the center. Dan able to at least clear it, but Manu instantly firing again. Quark up for it, not finding it though. Bojo needing to play this one on out. Bojo with another touch, a good touch, put it towards the corner. Shocks is at least there waiting and makes the save needed. Quark back to the center for Dan. Dan firing it off the crossbar, not quite in. Mark able to clear this one back on down the field. Bojo off that sidewall, trying to get back to it. Manu at midfield, right about now. Shocks looking to try to find some possession. Able to go past Bojo, but Quark sitting on it next. Bojo trying to find a center. Good touch to get past one of the oncoming defenders. 50 down out. Shocks able to at least get rid of it back in the blue side corner. We will need overtime yet again to see who will get the lead in this series. Dan and Shocks 50ing up back to that sidewall. Quark now playing onwards. Finding a demo on Manu. A demo fest here to try to open up some offensive pressure. Bojo looking for a flick over a cross, and Dan got a touch on it, but Shocks able to at least push this one on out before anything else can happen. Manu now trying to find that counter check. A good 50 to at least play this one back towards the center. Quark able to at least clear this one on out of there. Shocks bringing it back to his own corner. Able to play past Quark. Now looking for the pass to Manu, but not quite getting there. So Mark able to make the save on Bojo. This one pops on high. Shocks up for it. Playing it on into the new side corner. Trying to follow up. Bojo there. Able to touch over Shocks with Mark. Met by Bojo yet again. Dan up for it. 50s with Manu back to the center. Quark looking for the shot, but ends up playing it just wide. Mark now with the dribble play. Tries to play over one, but ends up getting met and just pops high. Dan firing this one back down the field. Up for it. Trying to find the air dribble. Fires a shot, but right at Shocks, he's able to deal with that one. Pushing this one on out of there. Trying to start a play, but Bojo and Manu beat up. Cuts back across. Mark trying to fire it, but Quark able to at least push it back on wide for Dan. Dan dropping it down in the center for Bojo. Bojo instant shot, but ends up being wide. No immediate threat, but Quark able to at least get back to it and ends up finding it off of the ceiling. Ends up popping all the way up to the ceiling, drops on back down, and Quark was the first one to make that read. Able to tuck it away, giving Radiance the lead in this series 2-1. We've had ourselves 3 close games to this point. But as we do come up on it, will Radiance be able to close out this series, or will 1/3 Esports find a way to once again bounce back and even it back on up? But as Panda kind of said, the VOD automatically uploads once I, what I kind of have to do is just like end stream, restart stream, and the VOD will instantly be uploaded. So I can also go about doing that as soon as it's done, so don't worry about that. Back into this one for Game 4. Radiance find themselves on match point as they follow the trend of Game 1 going. But then Manu finding the speed kickoff, giving 1/3 Esports the lead. A clean speed kickoff on that one. Able to at least get it where they beat Quark and tuck it on away to give 1/3 Esports an early lead. But Radiance Sabres finding the overtime wins and 1/3 finding it in regulation in all 3 close matches so far. Shocks and Bojo meeting back on up, and out this one plays. Mark in on outwards with Quark. Accepting. This one popped high. Bojo actually dropping the shot and able to find it into the back of the net. Quark plays on a quick pass to Bojo. Bojo just pops it on high towards the net, and good things always happen if you throw it towards that net. Whether or not that was planned or just a touch if I'm shooting towards the net. Either way, it doesn't matter, it's in. Radiance find themselves with the response. Good play if it was planned, though. On up. Quark trying to pass on out to Bojo. Bojo able to push it on past the defender. Good bump to open up Quark to try to cut towards the center, and he's able to put it away. Bojo and Quark finding success working together early in this one, even if sometimes it doesn't seem like it's almost the most theoretical plays on it, it's ending up working for him. So they've been putting a 1-2 act together, finding passing lanes and able to convert. Quark and Mark meeting back up at that center line. This one pushed onwards. Manu beating up on the kickoff and able to find it, pushing it past Bojo to once again tie us up right away after the first goal is scored. 2-2. 29 seconds having been played in this one. A lot of scoring early. Most scoring we've seen in a game to this point for sure. Back at it we go. Bojo and Shocks popping this one on forward. Shocks able to play past Quark, but Dan pushing this one on outwards. Mark looking for the center now. Manu up for this one. Finding at least the first touch. He's able to find the second, yes, but it does end up being wide. Able to at least get a boost steal there, but damn, with the demo on Shocks. Stop the offense. Manu playing it just wide at his net, up and high. Trying to find it over across the Quark. Able to intercept there, trying to find the center, but Mark pass on out to Manu. Dan intercepting, playing back to Bojo. Bojo pinching this one on across. Does find itself at least high and wide of the net. Quark tries to take a dribble, but gets bumped. But Manu not quite able to play it past Quark. Dan now into the opposing corner. Pops on out for Bojo. Bojo bringing it to the skies, but Mark able to play under him. Dan now turning on it, looking to take up an air dribble of his own off that back wall, trying to find the center. Quark was met by Shocks. Mark able to fire one on out. Quark had to make a touch on it, otherwise might have found its way to the back of the net. Dan pushing it back into the orange side corner, finding its way across. Dan off of a high shot, but Shocks right in that crossbar, able to make that save. on out this play. Shocked. Firing one high and across. Honestly, finding the far pipe. Not quite able to get away, but Mark on the follow-up tucks this one away, giving 1/3 Esports a 1-goal lead. Still a lot of play remaining though. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left. It just slowed down a bit from the initial 4 goals in 40 seconds. But still, a lot of game left to play. 3 minutes and 11 seconds. 1/3 Esports needing to hold on to that lead in order to force the game 5. Otherwise, if Radiance can balance on back, they can close this one on out. Bojo firing a shot across. Shocks trying to play back to the far corner for Manu. Manu plays past Bojo with Dan. Net by Manu and out. This one pops off the center. Mark at least finding a good touch on this one to pop by the 2 oncoming blue attackers. Manu looking like he's able to force past the defender, but not quite finding more. Dan now taking to the air with Mark. Intercept, trying to start up the play, but it ends up dropping to Bojo. Flick past one, not even finds way back. Manu. Intercepted by Quirk. Down out this goes. Dan now. Playing back to the orange side corner. Dan looking for a pinch play, but gets intercepted. And then back on a cross. Shots now looking for the air dribble off the wall. Good start to it, but running out of boost, and Bojo is at least able to get there for the response. Shox tries to play back towards the center. Manu popping to that corner, trying to find more pressure on it. Able to at least get a shot, ends up just high, not quite able to tuck it away. Mark looking to find it back to the center before up to this one. Shox getting a touch back out to Manu. Manu beating Bojo and able to tuck it away. 1/3 Esports find themselves up 2 with just about 2 minutes remaining. 1/3 trying their best to force this game 5. Back to that center line we go. Bojo able to get the better of this kickoff. No, trying to play on out, but Bojo with his bump play looking for a center. It ends up playing out to Mark. Mark with a flick past one, but Dan there to intercept. Dan trying to find a center, off that back wall to Quirk. Quirk popping it back on up. Quirk back to himself actually, back on a cross, but Mark able to get the intercept. Bojo 50s with Manu, but ends up being played onwards by Mark. Back up, this one pops. Down it goes, Shox trying to fire across. The far side corner, Manu off the back wall towards the center. Actually back across Mark with a pinch off the wall, but plays down to Bojo. Bojo being constantly pestered as this one's dropped off the Shox now. Work. Good save on it. Pops it up to Dan. Dan able to find the clearance. Back on, out, and across it goes. Here Mark now trying to put it back towards the center, but Quirk firing one just wide. Shot.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Up it plays to Dan. Dan firing one once again just high. Mark able to clear it back on out. Quirk popping this one on high and up. Mark dropping it back down. Quirk back off that side wall across, trying to find it back towards the center. Following up, finding the double, and Mark not quite able to find the save. This is a bit of an unfortunate situation there for Mark as it ends up dropping in, but Quirk, really good follow-up on it, finding the double to at least get it back towards the net, and they are able to put it away. Thank you so much for the follow, the real Will. Back to the corner, this one goes, 1/3 Esports. Still up a goal with 40 seconds left, but Radiance trying to fight their way back into this one and close this series on out in 4. Bojo off the side wall after being 50 with Manu. Mark pushing it on forward. Quirk is back, just starting up a dribble play past one, but Manu, good read on that side wall, pop it back towards the center. Bojo needing to push it back onto the side. Manu looking for the center, met by Dan. This one finds its initial way across. Quirk now firing the long shot, but ends up just wide. Mark plays past the oncoming attacker, but Dan there for it and ends up 50ing on across just wide. Bojo playing back to the center, but Mark finding the initial clearance needed. Up this one goes. Mark trying to drop a spicy double tap, but not quite finding it. This ball is still technically up, and Radiance could gain from this if they are able to keep it on upwards, but it does end up following. We will need game 5. Both teams tied up 2 apiece. Who is going to get that first win to start off their season? Bojo left and joined back. Not quite sure what happened there, but we should be good to go. But we are kicking it off with the start to game 5 on this one. as we will see how this ends up going for both these teams. Who will end up taking that 1-0 in the standings, and who will end up starting off on the loss and needing to find their chance at the first win next week. Both these teams, though, playing pretty good Rocket League to start off, so you got to think they will be able to find their wins coming forward, but this is definitely the battle for who wants to get that early pot to put them ahead in that playoff race. And in this one, we get all the players joining back on up, so we are good to go for Game 5. Winner takes it. 130 Esports, Radiance. Radiance Sabres dropped. Able to be pushed down out by Quark. Quark back off that side wall. Shock's now firing. Shock's taking a good air dribble, but Dan able to push it back on wide. Off the side wall, Mark. Fire into the back wall. Mark looking to find it, but does double up, but ends up pinching a little too far on out. Quark trying to start up the dribble, going for Shock's. That by Quark is Quark now trying to get this one back towards the center. But Mark off that back wall, able to clear this one on outwards. Dan now pushing it forward. Manu waiting on the back wall, firing this one on out, but Bojo able to at least keep the possession into the orange side corner. Quark firing it towards the center. Bojo able to 50 to the defender. Bring this one back on the cross where Dan's looking for the center to Quark. Quark met by Shocks and back on out this one goes. Dan off that sidewall back towards the center. Quark looking for a touch on it, but Manu able to intercept. Manu also looking for a demo play, but Bojo able to at least pop the fast one. But Mark finding an opening, but not quite able to tuck that one away. Dan able to take this one high. Running back on out towards the center. Back on down. Bojo popping this on up where Quark able to get the next touch. Mark popping it on up. Now Bojo looking for it off that back wall. Firing it towards the center, and Quark able to tuck it away. Sabres find themselves up 1 in Game 5. 3 minutes and 40 seconds still remains. Sabres off to that early lead, putting themselves up on match point. Bojo and Shocks off that kickoff, dropping back toward the center. An unfortunate read, but Bojo not quite able to tuck back around it. And now trying to find the center, actually leaves it for Bojo. Bojo gets met by Manu, and back on. This one falls. Quark trying to take some possession, plays it on. Mark able to at least intercept here, looking for the play back to the center. Dan at least able to get a touch on it, forcing Manu to fire wide. Manu out to Mark. Mark trying to drop it far side, but it's just a little bit too far, so Bojo starting up a dribble now. Able to flip past one. Bojo looking to start up another one. Flick pass 2 to Dan, but Manu diving in there. Making the risky play, but able to get to it in time. Quark intercepts Manu, back on out, this one goes. Quark able to play past another, but Shock back in time. Up, Bojo able to intercept Manu on that goal line, making a great save to keep this only a 1-goal game. Dan trying to find the center, but Mark pushing this one back into the blue side corner. Mark able to win the race. Manu up for it, firing to that far pipe and out. Not quite finding its way to tuck it on the end. Shocks able to get it up 50 back towards the center where Quark fires this one back on out towards the orange side. Bojo now firing a high ball. Looks like it's just high. Manu able to play this one back to the far side. Dan looking for the center. Shocks not able to find it off the sidewall, but Mark does. Up to Manu. Manu not quite able to find the redirect. Back to that sidewall. It ends up dropping in Bojo, trying to start a dribble, but Shocks once again there for it. Dan needing to make a touch on this one, able to drop it to that far side of the news. Shortly followed, trying to find that next touch. As this one goes on out, Shocks able to find the play to tuck this one away as Quark tries to take the dribble. Shocks getting that 50 on it, pinches it right into the net, tying it back on up. 130 Esports. 2 minutes remaining. As I don't know what that kickoff was out of Dan, but Manu able to at least push it on forwards. Out this one goes. Shocks playing back into that corner, but Dan pushing this one back on outwards. Dan looking for the center, finds it off the back wall, but Manu does well to push it back on out. Bojo popping it up for himself, looking to start. Low plays past one, but Shocks, they're waiting up for Manu, not quite finding it off that back wall, back on out. But Dan able to push it on outwards. Once again, Shocks trying to find his way back to this one. Firing a shot from about midfield, but once again high. Mark firing. Bojo on that goal line, able to push it back on outwards. A bump on Manu to clear him out of the way. Bojo trying to find a flick, but Shock up for this one once again. Finding 50 towards the net where Cork needs to make the save. Backing out Manu, trying to find a play, but Dan able to intercept there, firing a long shot, but ends up just wide. Bojo off that sidewall, looking for the center to Cork, off the back wall, but Cork not able to find it. Bojo back into the corner. Playing on up towards the center. Bojo and Dan not quite able to get that one to tuck it away. Cork sitting back in his own side corner. Mark trying to intercept. Trying to find that bump play. Cork slow plays and ends up getting at least past Manu. Dan met by Mark. Bojo now firing a shot. Shock's going for the squishy, but not quite able to find it. So Bojo gonna put Radiance Sabres back up 2-1. 43 seconds remain. There's definitely some Radiance Sabres fans in chat who are holding on for heart, trying to make sure they don't have their hearts broken. Cork able to at least sit there on the kickoff from Mark. Dan popping this one on high. Manu up for it, playing it back on down. Cork making sure this one gets pushed straight back on across. Mark trying to find the next touch, not finding it. Manu back to the corner, back on out. He finds a touch, back to Shocks. Shocks firing one just high. And now back on out. Mark able to start the dribble play, looking for a flick across, but Cork intercepts. 15 seconds to go now. 1/3 still find themselves needing one if they want a chance to get back in this one. Dan doing well to clear it back into the 1/3 corner, eating up more and more of that clock. New starting up an air dribble, but not quite finding it to the ground. He plays, fires one. Cork with a good save, and it will end up killing their Radiant Sabres, able to close this on out, winning it 3-2. And they do it with the regulation win to follow up their 2 overtime wins earlier in this one. As they said, GG, well played. Both teams in this one. Really good start to the IGL season. These teams definitely look like they know how to play around each other and are playing good Rocket League. So it will be something for them to play off going forward. Radiant Sabres going to be trying to find themselves, finding more wins. And 130 Esports are going to need to try to find themselves bouncing back and finding their first win next week of IGL if they can. So that will at least close us out on the first series. And as I said, we will close this on out. But first, I'm just going to get my second game ready. I'll close this one on out then, and you guys should be able to have the VOD for it. And then we should be good. All right, so we will quickly stop it and restart it. And once we go back live again, we will be ready for the second game. But very good game one, so we'll be back shortly.